Hello. Hello, 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 hello. What is up, everybody? Welcome in to today's stream. Hopefully, everyone is having a luxurious Thursday night. Should be a fun one. Should be a fun one tonight. Just talking football, talking some Thursday night football. It looks like right now we're going to have more news as the time gets closer and closer and closer to kickoff that the Rams are going with the good old quarterback approach. Old triple quarterback. That always works out. I assume Baker's going to be the guy based upon what I read, but we shall see. Um, Tyreek Hill didn't practice Thursday. All right, Mayfield, Walford, Perkins, all active versus the Raiders. Gonna be weird. Gonna be weird. What's up, everyone in chat? Let's answer some questions here. If you sent a question prior to me starting the stream, I will make sure to try to answer as many as possible. You start Moreau tonight, or would you hold off and roll with Njoku, or would the the joke be on me if I didn't play Moreau? I like Njoku better, but Njoku is banged up. There's a chance he doesn't play, so I'd probably just go with the guy that you know is gonna play in Moreau. So that'd be my lean. Yo, what's up, guys? Kyle, thank you for the super chat. Hey, Nick, Woods, Chark, Deontay Johnson in the flex. And then you said better trade Brittany Griner or Russell Wilson. I made that joke earlier that people are saying that the Brittany Griner trade was bad. Well, look at how the Seahawks ended up with with that or not the Seahawks, the Broncos ended up with that Russell Wilson trade. They're not probably very happy right now, the Broncos. The Broncos country is not riding right now. But yeah, my answer to your question would be to go with Deontay Johnson if he plays. I'm assuming Deontay Johnson is going to play. Now, he is banged up, so it's not like a guarantee. So I'm going to read off Deontay Johnson's injury report right now for all you guys at home so that we're all on the same page here. Deontay Johnson, the report in right now is that he did not practice on Thursday. Friday will be big for Johnson. Pause. With this downgrade, making it likely that he'll be questionable at best for week 14. So Deontay Johnson's been pretty shit this season, if I'm being honest with you, but you can kind of just rely on the fact that he's going to see like 9, 10 targets every single game. While that might not necessarily correlate to a lot of fantasy success, he's been pretty decent. If he doesn't play, though, I would just go with DJ Chark. There's no way I'm playing Robert Woods. I know Treylon Burks probably isn't going to play, but I don't want to be caught dead with Robert Woods in my lineup. So we're going to go with Chark if Johnson doesn't play. DeAndre Hopkins or Nick Chubb in the flex. Definitely going to go with 9-inch Nicholas Chubb. Seahawks or Bengals defense, I would go with who are the Seahawks playing this week off the top of my head? I don't remember. Seahawks are playing up against the Panthers. I would go with the Seahawks. Zonovan Knight or Gallup in the flex or neither. I'd go Zonovan Knight. Thank you. No problem. Knight or Akers for my flex. Knight. Njoku versus Dulcich. I'd go Dulcich. And then Najee versus Foreman or Knight. I would go Najee. Pick one. Greg Dulcich, Foster Road, David Njoku, Greg Dulcich. I keep starting Gabe Davis, and he keeps tanking. Haha. Yeah, I mean, I talk about this a lot every week. The thing with Gabe Davis is that he's incredibly risky, and he's also he has like a lot of risk, very high upside. So there's going to be games, obviously, where Gabe Davis ends up shitting the bed. We've seen it a bunch of times this season. He scores like 5 points, but he also has that upside to put up one of the bigger games where he carries your team, puts your fantasy team on his back. So, yeah, Gabe Davis is pretty hit or miss every single week. I'll continue to kind of advocate and explain for that, hey, he's probably not going to, he's never really a safe option. Like, Gabe Davis is either going to score you 4 or 5 points, or he's going to score you 25 points. Like, you never really see Gabe Davis go out there and score 11 points. So that's just kind of how I feel about him. Rock out with my cock out says drop Carr or Mike White. White has the better playoff schedule. Let's pull up both schedules here. The problem is Mike White, if he plays one bad game, he's going to get benched. And I think we need to all understand that. If Mike White plays bad one game, they're going to give him the whole game. If he plays bad that one game, he is going to get benched. I can almost guarantee it because the team drafted Zach Wilson so highly. Like, let's be honest, like if White really fucks up, like if he throws 3 picks against the Bills, he's done. He's done for. So we have to also understand that when we're kind of breaking down a question like this, because it's not like it's Carr versus Rodgers. Say Rodgers is on the Jets, right? Rodgers is never going to get benched, right? Whereas pretty clear that Mike White, his leash isn't necessarily the longest. So let's read this off real quick. The Raiders' schedule goes as follows. Got the Rams, the Patriots, the Steelers, the 49ers, and the Chiefs. That schedule is fucking hard. Then we will look towards the New York Jumbo Jets. The Jets got Buffalo, Detroit, Jacksonville, Seattle, Miami. So rock out. My question here to you would be, is this your quarterback too? Like, is Carr or White like your backup? Or are they going to be a guy that you potentially need to play? Because I think if you need a backup that you could potentially have to play in the future, I think I would stick with White. Because, like, look, White has a lot of upside, but he's kind of risky. But if you need a guy that you're going to have to start every single game, I'd probably just keep Carr because Carr is just a lot safer. Like, again, White could legitimately get benched after this game. Like, if he sucks ass against the Bills, he's done. The Raiders. Yeah, he's done for if he sucks. So, rock out. Let me know your kind of situation here, and then I'll keep breaking down your question. Pixo, what's up, man? Thank you for the super chat. I know this is a loaded question, but I knock out a veto commission if I win. Full PPR, pick 3. This is not a loaded question. Not a super loaded question. But yeah, thank you for the question. Thank you for the super chat. Pacheco, White, Knight, Jamal, Swift, Palmer, Jeff Jr. Great question. Pretty simple for me. We're going to go Swift. Definitely got to go Swift. Swift looks like he's going to start seeing some touches. I believe that we're going to go Pacheco. Pacheco is relatively safe. He's on the Chiefs. You kind of really understand that what he is, right? We know what he is. He's going to get a bunch of carries. Probably won't see a decent amount of targets, but he'll be good enough to be fantasy relevant. So we're going to go with Swift and Pacheco. Pretty easy. And then we got White, Knight, Palmer, Jeff Wilson Jr. Oof. We're going to go Pacheco, Swift. And see, I don't think you want to play both Jamal Williams and Swift, so I don't think I would do that. I think I'm going to go Swift, Pacheco, and then I'm going to go Jeff Wilson Jr. Bounce back game up against a garbage LA Chargers defense. So Jeff Wilson Jr., Pacheco, and Swift. Rockout says backup quarterback. Yeah, so if you're backing up Cousins, I am just taking the most risky option possible that has more upside. So I'm going to go White. Carr's schedule is so fucking hard. You were right. You were very correct. Carr's schedule is impossible. So I would go ahead and stick with Mike White. Again, Mike White might get benched, but I'm doing that. Are we still holding on to Cup playoff bound? Get a bye in week 15. Let's be honest with you. The Rams are dead, so I would be shocked. I would be genuinely perplexed if Cup played again this year. Now, if the Rams were, for instance, in potential, like, oh, they're going to make the playoffs, then if Cup could come back, he would come back. But he's not coming back this year. They're done. They're dead in the water. Salah says Michael Carter is still the guy. Yeah, it's a tough situation when it comes to Zonovan Knight. It's really tough. I think he's going to have a good game still, if I'm being honest. Do I start Garrett Wilson? Yes. Tom versus the 49ers or Dak versus the Texans? I would go Dak. I am worried about him getting benched, though. Play Akers or wait for Mixon? Play Mixon. Garrett, thank you. CD, Amon-Ra, AJ Brown. I'm going with CD and Amon-Ra. What's up? Let's go Raiders. Marquise Brown versus New England or Donta Foreman versus Seattle. I'd go Donta Foreman. ETN or Foreman ETN. I'd go with Michael Brady. Dak has sucked too many times this year. I agree with that. Lowell, it comes down to this. To get in, please help. Zay Jones, Van Jefferson, Corey Davis, Chris Moore, Devontae Parker. Do you have any sneaky players? Thanks. Love your content. No problem, Brian. Based upon the list that you gave me, there is not a single sneaky player on your waiver wire. Because you're in the weeds here. We're gonna go Zay Jones, and we're gonna go Corey Davis. Assuming Corey Davis plays. Mike Williams or Rashad White. Thoughts on Corey Davis at the flex? If he plays, he's a fine flex. Akers or Deontay Johnson? I'm going Akers. Pick 2, Chubb, Walker, Singletary, Pacheco, or Akers. Walker may be out. I don't think Walker is going to play. And Kevin, I'm not skipping your question. Just ask it again in the chat. I'm literally clicking around trying to answer a million different questions. There's 2 different chats watching. We have Stochastic Fantasy Football as well as Notorious Fantasy by Stochastic. So there's a lot of different questions going into the chat. I try my best to answer. So Kenneth Walker is not going to play. I'd be shocked if he did. I think he might be out multiple games. Got to go Chubb, and then we're just gonna lock in Pacheco. So Chubb and Pacheco. Uh, Steelers defense or the Raiders, or I'm going the Raiders. Thanks, Captain Spock. Shout out to Spock. Any updates on Higgins' hammy injury today? Let's see. Higgins hammy injury. Let's read up on that. Again, the practice reports don't mean shit unless the guy's playing on Thursday. Like up until you have to wait until Friday or Saturday to really know what the practice report's actually going to be. So T. Higgins' hamstring was limited in Thursday's practice. It's a new injury designation for Higgins and a concerning one. Of course, that's a concerning one. It's too early to know, though, according to that report, which I agree on. It's real tough. Let's see here. Thanks again, brother. No problem. No problem. With Walker potentially out, who do I start? The Vulture King, Jamal, or Boom Bust Swift? I'm going Swift. I have Swift and ETN. I need a flex. I'm flexing Jeff Wilson Jr. The YouTube algorithm always throws your live streams on the top of my list. YouTube knows what's up. That's a fact, Robert. YouTube knows where you want to be at. Shout out to YouTube. Make sure you guys hit that like on today's stream. Smash the fucking like button. And Spock just said it. I think I spoke it into existence. Make sure you smash that like button like it owes you money, man. Make sure you do that. It helps the stream out a ton. It helps more people find my stream. It takes like 3 seconds for you to do. How do I check it if I have a buy in the playoffs? All you have to do is on your fantasy football, like whatever website you're on, just go to the website because the apps half the time don't have the shit. The apps are so bad. Uh, you can go on the website and just look for wherever the playoff picture is, and there's gonna be a playoff like what's that called? Bracket. Thank you, Jason, for the super chat. Sorry I didn't answer you initially, Jason. Oh fuck, Jason, you asked your question so long ago that it's not even on my screen anymore. Unless here, let me scroll up, scroll all the way to the top. It's not showing me your question. Would you be able to send it again potentially? I'm looking right now, but I think I scrolled too far. And this app that I used to stream will like, if you asked a question like 5 minutes ago, it's already gone, or just can't find it because it's a silly goose. Trying to find it. Oh, I found it, Jason. Sorry about that. You probably already typed it though because it's on a fucking delay. Pick one for the flex. Thank you, Jason, for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Ayuk, DPJ, or Bam Knight. So let's read about Michael Carter again. Because Michael Carter's health obviously greatly changes my opinion on this question. And call me a little bit crazy. I don't think this is crazy because probably why you asked the question. I don't know if I trust Ayuk this week. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't know if I trust Ayuk this week. Let's see here. Michael Carter is no longer on the Jets injury report. Back in the fold, Carter will look to retake his role from starting running back from Donovan Knight, who has totaled 221 yards from scrimmage in the last 2 weeks. Carter hasn't exactly lived up to expectations. Yeah, so this is going to be a fucking committee. This is going to be Donovan Knight at the helm, I would think, and then Michael Carter working in. I'm going Donovan Peoples-Jones. This might sound crazy. I don't trust Ayuk one bit with Brock Purdy under center. I think Donovan Peoples-Jones should be good this week. I think that Deshaun Watson's going to play better this week. Like, it's hard to play much worse than he played last week, right? The guy was fucking terrible last week. So, Jason, my answer is to go with Donovan Peoples-Jones. If Michael Carter wasn't playing, it would have easily been Donovan Knight. But since Michael Carter's going to play, really throws a wrench into the situation. So we're going to just go with DPJ. A few quick questionable wide receivers. I'm thinking about dropping Tony Burks, Zay Jones. Don't drop Burks. I'm fine dropping Kadarius Tony. I think we were all hoodwinked by this man. Yeah, if I missed your question, please just ask again. Frymouth versus Kittle, that is a tough question. I agree. You're answering a tough question what Jason said. I would go with Kittle. Half PPR league. Should I start Amari Cooper with Watson under center in a away game, or risk it and go with Walker and Dallas? No, I do not go with Homer. Just play fucking Amari Cooper. I worry about DPJ's usage, and Salah said that Carter's still the guy yesterday. Yeah, dude, it's a fucking. This is gonna be a tough situation. Sure, he might still be the guy, but what if it's now, for instance, like last week, the snap. I'm gonna just pull it up. NFL snap counts. I had it in a video the other day. I'm not good at remembering like 5 different guys' numbers. For snap counts. Let's go to the Jets, the New York Jumbo Jets. They're sure gonna be all the way over here. All right. So the Jets last week at running back, it was 55% Zonovan Knight, 33% Ty Johnson, 11% James Robinson. This easily could be 55% Michael Carter, 33% Zonovan Knight. And Zonovan Knight plays better than, I think Zonovan Knight's better than Michael Carter. Which teams are on bye again? In your fantasy league, the top 2 seeds would get a bye if your league has buys. And the teams that are on bye this week, I don't remember off the top of my head. Oh, so many teams on bye this week. Thank you for the super chat. I'll get to that in a second. There are 6 teams on bye. I know the Packers are on bye. Let's see here. The Falcons are on bye. The Falcons are actually going with Desmond Ridder as their starting quarterback next week. So it is Falcons, Bears, Packers, Colts, Saints, Commanders. Left hand up. Who are we? The Commanders? Chad says, I have both Pollard and Elliott. Do I start both? In a positive matchup up against the Texans, while I wouldn't say it's necessarily the best scenario to have to start both of your running backs on the same team in the same game. Of course, if they're on the same team, they're playing the same game. There's a lot worse options than that. So yeah, I'd be fine starting Pollard and Elliott. Again, having to play 2 running backs on a team that's good against a really shit opponent, there's a lot worse options than that. Let's go with yo, Spock, don't answer Johnny's question, man. Johnny's playing against me. Is Johnny gonna play unless he's playing unless he's talking about it differently. Can't give Johnny any inside information to beat me. He also got lucky because I was about to unload the clip on Evan Ingram so that you couldn't pick him up. But then I realized I didn't want to be a dick, you know? Gotta be a nice guy. But if I get knocked out of the fucking playoffs because of that, oh, it's absolutely against me. Captain Spock did not answer this man's question. I have both Pollard and Elliott. Do I start them both? Yeah, I'm fine starting them both, man. I'm fine starting them both. If anyone can pronounce Okana Woko's first name, you are an absolute legend. I have no idea how to say that guy's name. All right, let's pull his name up real quick. I'm gonna type it in the chat. There's no way any of us would be able to say this. Now, obviously, no one else can actually tell me if they know how to spell it. But this guy's name is Chigozium Akonkuwu. I'm gonna send it in the chat right here. People are calling him Chig, which is a pretty sick name. There's no way anyone can fucking say this guy's name. Possible. It's impossible. What's up, Robbie? Greg Dulcich or Foster Moreau? Let's go Dulcich. Oh, bad. I forgot the other league question. Higbee or Moreau tonight? Go Moreau. Chig. Yeah, Chig's a good way to say it, but like his full name is very complicated. Kenneth Walker does not practice again today. Kenneth Walker is not playing. Because he's been getting more targets. If you actually look, let me pull up his stats. He's actually been really solid. Akon Kuwu. Again, sorry if I say his name wrong. I'm an asshole indeed. Everyone knows that, man. Let's scroll down here. All right, he went to Maryland. He was a 4th round pick. So he's had 5 targets in each of the last 2 games. 4 targets for 5 receptions, 68 yards last week. 3 receptions, 5 targets, 35 yards. All it takes is a touchdown for him to be very fantasy relevant. Let's see here. Nick, I need them gun-to-head answers this week. I got you, fam. Just send your question in, Gorilla. I got you. I got you. Gun to the head, baby. Fucking Swift versus Jamal Williams is gonna be so funny when I talk up Swift and then Jamal Williams runs in 4 fucking touchdowns this week. I'm gonna be so pissed off. This one guy I follow on Twitter. Now I'm banned from Twitter again, guys. Banned from Twitter again. But I'll be back next week. 5 days. I'm gonna miss the Dolphins versus Chargers game on Twitter. That was about to be an absolute bloodbath. I might just record my reactions to the game and then just fucking upload it the next day when I get unbanned. Free the boy. I need your help. I have Leonard Fournette, Gus Edwards, P. Ryan, and Cam Akers. I got to start 1 point half PPR or 1 point PPR. Sorry. We're gonna go Uncle Lenny and we're gonna go Cam Akers. Someone asked Nick who I should start against him, so he answers. I'm not going to answer. I'm not going to tell you who to start against me. It's just impossible. We're playing against each other in both leagues, actually. But my team is out in the 14-team league. My team is dead in the water. Dead in the water. Fucking Luca Brazzi sleeps with the fishes. Embarrassing. I'm in 13th place, I think. Oh, 11th place. Tough scene for the boy. Tough scene. Lockett or Kirk? I'm gonna go Kirk. I'll hit up Elon for it. You got Elon on speed dial, Jason? Go ahead and hit him up for me. I actually tried to appeal my ban. I was like, Twitter, what I said, like, come on. I learned my lesson. Don't fucking ban me. And then they were like, psych! Fuck you. And they banned and I'm still banned. Sucks. Fields on bye. Jackson hurt. Do I go Carr today or pick up Huntley? I'm going Carr. Seattle or Miami D this week? Let's go Seattle. I need your help. Start 2. ETN, Connor, Godwin. I'm going Connor and ETN. It's your boy. What's up, Tater Toddy? How you doing, my man? How you doing? How you doing? Man, oh man. I'm playing the Raiders defense tonight against Johnny, which is a guaranteed fucking Baker Mayfield masterclass game. Elon is a cuck. That's not very nice, Captain Spock. But he is a cuck for banning me. Should I start Matt Collins or DJ Chark? Matt Collins or DJ Chark. I'm going with DJ Chark. DJ Chark, do, baby Chark. I'm trying to play DFS tonight with one lineup. Like, I didn't feel like spam entering a bunch of lineups because tonight he's talking about Matt Collins, I think, or Nico Collins. If you're talking about Nico Collins, I'm still going DJ Chark. This seems like a scenario where some random, like, I play, like, for DFS, like, I'm going to go ahead and play, like, whoever the starting quarterback is, and then the backup quarterback comes into the game and just fucking annihilates. I already know that's what's going to happen. Should you like Burrow or Fields rest the season for playoffs and fantasy? Fields. Yeah, Matt Collins does sound like a math teacher. You're correct on that. Matt Collins or TJ Chark. Yeah, it's Chark. Akers or Latavius. I'd go Latavius. Oh, just FYI to everyone in chat, our DFS tools, the lineup generator, the ownership tools, the projections, all that. If you click on the link in the description, if you're a new user to Stochastic, you get 3 days for free. So check that out if you want. Streams brought to you guys by DraftKings. Bet $5, win $150 on any sport. So all you got to do is bet $5, and as long as your bet wins, you receive $150 in free bets. So make sure you guys check that out. Link in the video description as well. It helps me out a ton if you click on that. And also, your bet has to win. So I would suggest betting on college basketball because there are games where the team's like minus 1,400, minus 4,000. It's just like free money, basically. So make sure you guys check that out. Nick, what's up, Mike Hawk? Win 5K on DraftKings if you play. It's easy. Yeah, it is very easy. Very easy. Just got to use the tools, man, and they're free. They're free this week for 3 days. So if you activate them today, quick maths, you get Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I would just activate them tomorrow, though, just to be sure. Thank you for the super chat. I greatly appreciate that. Wilson Jr. or Godwin. Godwin has a tough matchup against the Niners, but to be honest with you, there is no way I'm benching Chris Godwin. This guy is on an absolute heater. He was terrible to start off the year. It was egregious how bad this guy was. and it turns out that he's actually pretty good. Let's see the last couple of weeks of stats. I'm just pulling them up right now. I got you, Gorilla Kid. I'm gonna help you in a second. I scored 14 fantasy points, 30 fantasy points, 19 fantasy points over the last 3 games. He's been a big target for the team. I love Wilson Jr.'s matchup, but I have to go with Godwin. Gorilla Kid did donate before, so I'll answer his question. I'm going to Mr. Ness, Mr. P. Ness. Wide receivers are D Hop, Joshua Palmer, Garrett Wilson, Christian Watson, Kadarius Toney, Peoples Jones, Juju, Jacoby Myers. Should I drop any for Gallup or Traylon Burks? Gun to the head and pick 3 as well. So I'm playing D Hop, I'm playing Garrett Wilson, and I'm playing Juju. And then I am dropping Kadarius Toney for Traylon Burks, but I don't think Burks is going to play this week, but you can play him in the future. Let's see here. Half point PPR, wide receivers, Higgins, Devontae Smith, and flex, Pierce, Foreman. Wide receivers listed before. Defense, Las Vegas, Arizona, or New York Jets. Got to go with the Raiders defense. I love the Raiders defense tonight. And then Higgins or Smith. Got to go Higgins, assuming Higgins plays, obviously. Joel, your comments might be going through, and I might just not have clicked on them, so you can ask again. I try to answer as many questions as possible. You got to go Higgins over Smith. And then for your flex, I think I would flex Smith. So I'm going to go Higgins, Smith, and then I'm going with the Raiders defense. Palmer or risk it with Hollins tonight. I'm going Palmer. I need Daniel Carlson to go off tonight. I got him too, so he's going to be absolutely dick. I'm afraid that Debo doesn't play. Is Judy or Hollywood good backups? Hollywood will be fine. Godwin will get a shit ton of short passes against the Niners. Good for PPR. Agreed. Free stochastic tools plus DK free bets. Can't lose. Exactly, man. It's all free. Except for the $5 that you have to place on DraftKings. It actually costs $5, but you will get $150 in free bets if your bet wins. So turning $5 into $150 isn't too bad, man. Isn't too bad. You guys ever watch Theo Von? Theo Von tells this story. The dude's fucking hilarious about how when he was a kid to get money, this homeless dude would bend over, and if you looked into his asshole, he'd give you $20. That guy's a real pervert, but a very funny story. Oh, it's on your end. Okay. It's all good. YouTube sometimes is off the rocker, man. Love Theo. I love Theo too. Theo's so fucking funny. Cooper, Higgins, Lockett, Smith, or Gabe Davis. Let's go Higgins, Cooper, and Smith and Lockett. The first 3. What do you mean? What I'm saying is that I think that since I have to play Daniel Carlson, playoffs on the line, back against the wall, he's probably gonna suck because I gotta play him. That's all I'm saying. Pick 2 non PPR. Let's go Amari Cooper, and then let's go Devontae Smith. Love Theo, I love him too. Christian Kirk or Jeff Wilson. I'd go Kirk. Dude's on Real World now, comedian. I have not seen him prior to like a year ago. I started listening to his podcast. He's so funny. So funny. I gotta watch his specials. There's a couple on Netflix. Gotta watch them. Pierce or P. Ryan in my flex. Gotta go Pierce. Stare down the brown eye for some cash. Exactly. Chad says, Wilson Jr. or Najee. Thank you for the super chat again. Happy holidays to you, Brian. Adios, mis amigo. Wilson Jr. or Najee. So this is pretty easy for me. Najee's been relatively consistent as of recently. He actually was, like, let's be honest with you. Najee Harris was an awful pick. I was someone who talked up Najee Harris. I thought even with Mitch Trubisky on or Kenny Pickett, like, it was just going to be fine, right? Like, he's going to get the dump offs. He's going to be fine. This year he was shit. The offensive line is actually not as good as I thought they would be. It was funny. Going into the year, I was like, the Steelers' offensive line can't get worse, right? Last year, the offensive line was a turnstile. It was embarrassing. But this year, it somehow is just as bad, if not worse. So I'm going Jeff Wilson Jr. The Chargers are awful against the run. This is a game where the Dolphins should look to get into a fucking shootout, high-scoring game. I'm going Wilson. How did you become a Fins fan? I'm a Packers fan because I love that 70s show while growing up. That's funny. I became a Dolphins fan. My dad is a Jets fan. And as a kid, I picked the team that would play against my dad's favorite team because I live in New Jersey. So my dad's a Jets fan. So I picked the Dolphins. They also have the nicest color. So I assume as like a child, I figured that out. Been a Dolphins fan ever since I was very young. There is a photo of me in the crib when I was a kid wearing a Jets jersey, but that wasn't me. $20 back in the day too. Yeah, dude, you got to count for the inflation. That guy was getting his asshole stared at for some serious cash. I'm so happy for Amon Ra. He's literally taking over the league with what he's doing. Yeah, Amon Ra's amazing. Amazing. Love Theo. Good luck, Brian. Good luck to Brian as well. Saw him live in Palm Beach. Ooh, that's awesome. I gotta ban this person. Not any of you guys, obviously, just the bot. Palmer Ayuk. I'd go Palmer. Nigel, thank you for the super chat. One running back, half PPR. You've got Jeff Wilson. You have Rashad White. You have Hubert. Chuba Hubert. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Sound like fucking what's that guy's name? The teacher from South Park? Jesus Christ. Don't know what his name is. Fuck. That's a blank. We're going Jeff Wilson. Thank you for the super chat. I think Rashad White's actually still gonna be good. But I'm going with Jeff Wilson Jr. Gotta go Jeff Wilson Jr. Again, that matchup is downright incredible up against the Chargers defense. I think this is going to be a certified smash. So we're going with Jeff Wilson Jr., baby. JWJ. If you want me to rank them, I like Jeff Wilson the most. Mr. Garrison. I like, Kareem Hunt is the other one. Okay, Kareem Hunt's out of the equation. I don't want anything to do with Kareem Hunt. So if I have to rank them, it's Jeff Wilson Jr., then White, then Hunt, then Hubbard. But Jeff Wilson is my favorite by far. So we're going Jeff Wilson Jr. I have one caution this week, guys. DJ Moore. Yeah, see, I'm all in on DJ Moore. I talked about him on the Stochastic Fantasy channel about how he's must start. I am just believing that Sam Darnold's going to save him because if he doesn't, he's just done. Like DJ Moore, so frustrating. He's so good, but his quarterbacks just suck ass. It's so frustrating. Seal Terry Pacheco, D Hop, got to drop one. I'm going to drop Jacoby Myers. Is the Raiders defense a lock tonight? I hope so. Raiders defense for the Chiefs. Raiders. Theo Vaughn Theo Vaughn on Rogan was really good. That's one of my favorite podcasts. I'm not huge into listening to Rogan. Post Malone and Rogan was really good as well. Good evening, Nick. Ingram or Foster? I'd go Foster. Singletary. I already answered that one. Thanks, no problem, man. Higgins or Wilson? Higgins. I have Kadarius Toney too, but iffy if I drop him. Oh, I'm dropping him. If Juju's healthy, he's not going to be as relevant. Jalen Waddle will start this week. He's start every week. He's going to play. Ty Johnson or Homer? I'm going Homer. I don't trust Ty Johnson, especially with Michael Carter back. Higgins injury. Yeah, you gotta monitor Higgins, of course, but I think he's going to play. Seattle or Raiders defense? I'm going the Raiders. The Raiders. The Las Vegas Raiders. It's going to be a hell of a game tonight. Hell of a game. Should be a fun one. That's a joke, obviously, guys. This game's going to suck. Gabe Davis or Michael Gallup? Gabe Davis. Start Debo, Hollywood, or Juju. I'm going Debo. Gotta go Debo. Gotta check my own fantasy lineups. Make sure I have no one playing tonight. Let's see. Let us check. Anyone else worry about Dak? Dobbins or Dalvin's brother? That's hilarious. I'm going Dalvin's brother. Good way to look at things. Yahoo Fantasy. Yahoo! Would you keep Jacoby Myers or Kadarius Toney? Tony's upside is hella freakish. Yeah, I'd rather have Myers. How many points do you think Devontae Adams has tonight? 23. The Las Vegas Raiders. Oh yeah. I got a big matchup this week in one of my leagues. I already know what's about to go down. I'm about to get fucking clapped up, smacked up. My team is down bad. Can I get you to marry my mom so I can call you Papa for real? Sadly not. Akers, Devontae Parker, or Madison? Akers. Cam Akers. Fournette was limited with a foot injury. Do you think he plays Sunday? Yes. I don't worry about the practice reports on Thursday. The practice reports really start to mean something on Friday. Um, that's kind of how I'd see things. I worry about the Raiders getting a lead and Devontae not doing too much. That's true. Theo Gate. No, that doesn't matter. Tater Toddy doesn't matter to me. Oh man. Pickett or Mac Jones? I'd go Mac Jones. Yo, appreciate you. 13, 12 man, full PPR, 3 wide receiver league. Pick 2. I'm going Gallup and I'm going Corey Davis. I'm playing someone who is starting Jacobs, Raiders, D, and Carlson. Good luck, man. Good luck. Probably good for 80 yards and a touchdown, Kyle. I agree. Waddle or D Hop? We're going Waddle or D Hop. We're gonna go Waddle. Jamal Williams or Cam Akers? Jamal Williams. I think I have to place a fat parlay tonight. I think Josh Jacobs is going to absolutely butt fuck the Rams. I don't know what it is. Something is telling me deep down in my soul that is going to happen. I lost a bunch of money on the Dolphins last week, but I also won 5,000 playing DraftKings, so can't be too mad. Can't be too mad. So we got to win it back this week. Obviously, the Dolphins are going to win me my bread back, so I'm not really too worried about that. But I think we got to get a nice touchdown score. Josh Jacobs anytime, with Josh Jacobs running as well. Rushing props. Ooh, he's at 86.5. That seems like a lot. Josh Jacobs, 75 receiving yards or rushing yards, plus 140 for both. Let's do that shit. And touchdown, baby. I'm going to bet the house on this one. I feel very confident in Josh Jacobs tonight. Josh Jacobs to score and Josh Jacobs over 75 yards is plus 140. Normally I bet $100. I don't think this is $100 kind of a bet. This is like it might be a $50 kind of bet. $50 to win 137. Let's ride. Oh, the maximum wager for I'm getting limited on these books. Now, I'm not betting on DraftKings. They would never limit me. I'm betting on a different website. They fucking limited me. That's fucking hilarious. That's fucking hilarious. So I got $30 on that. $30 to win 82. That's funny. Very funny. All right, back on to fantasy football, though. I know not everyone's here to listen to me talk about betting. But if you want to bet the best sports book around, DraftKings, bet $5 on any sport pregame money line. Get $150 in free bets if your bet wins. Again, I suggest that you place wagers on college basketball money line because it's the freest money. Hey, on a serious note, for anyone looking for a tight end this week and rest of season, Hunter Henry is looking sneaky fire. I like Hunter Henry. Problem is they also have the Janu Smith, and Mac Jones sucks. That's the biggest issue. Always appreciate you, homie. Henry's decent recently. I agree. He's been decent. I'm not saying he's bad. One of those websites that doesn't sponsor today's video is one that starts with FD. They have an offer. It's plus 120 for Jacobs and Devontae Adams to combine for 2+ touchdowns. I'm so pissed. Limited. That's fucking annoying. That was a good parlay, too. I'm here to listen to you talk about things a father would say. Exactly. Exactly. All right. Any other questions? We're going to be here until 8:15. That's when the game starts, right? Last week, was anyone here last Thursday? I know Spock was. A couple of you guys were here. It was so fucking funny. The game started at 7:15. I thought the game, or maybe it was the week before. I thought the game started at 7:20. I was just sitting here talking like a dumbass for like an extra 5 minutes, thinking, oh, the game hasn't started yet. And then I noticed that like a lot of people were leaving. Like we were at like 75 people. And then I'm like talking to 40 people. I'm like, oh, I wonder why people are leaving. Maybe they're getting ready for the game. The game like started 5 minutes or earlier, and I just thought it was funny. Like, how did I forget that? Henry versus Schultz. I'm going Schultz. Going Schultz. Even if you have to play the other Cowboys. Hey Nick, D Hop, Higgins, Godwin. I'm going D Hop and Higgins, assuming Higgins plays. Assuming Higgins plays. I actually can't believe I got limited. That's so fucking annoying. So fucking annoying. I gotta eventually build my DraftKings lineup. Tonight sucks, dude. These I don't know why I decided to create like I just deposit like I'm just doing a $5 lineup when I think it's like 2,000 the first. I was just like, oh, I'll play one lineup. I don't know what to do at all. Play the Cowboys defense. You got Schultz too. Yeah, I think you should be fine. Full PPR, ETN or Foreman, ETN for sure. Steelers or Raiders, D, I'd go the Raiders. The Raiders are gonna end up sucking ass tonight, aren't they, right, guys? After I said all this. Foster Moreau, captain, looking a little spooky. A little spooky. Spooky season. A little spooky. I'm worried that Devontae Adams is going to score a touchdown in like 5 seconds. And they're going to bench him. We're going to do this. One second, guys. Just putting a DFS lineup. I don't think this lineup's going to win any money, but gotta go with your heart sometimes. You know what I'm saying, guys? Gotta ride with the heart sometimes. All right. Only half the people in here have liked the vid. Yeah, what the fuck, guys? Make sure everyone hits the like button. Start Schultz or Everett. Schultz, Debo or Juju. I'm going Debo. Heard an analyst say that Sean McVay will turn Mayfield into the next Matthew Stafford. What a clown. That is just a crazy take. I mean, I actually think that Baker's a little bit better than people give him credit for, but he's not good. Like, maybe if anyone could turn Baker into, I'm not saying a great quarterback, but a quarterback that can go out there and not look like how he looked in Carolina or at the end of the Browns, it would be McVay. But again, I don't think he's going to turn him into fucking Matthew Stafford. If anything, he's going to turn him into just an average quarterback that can keep him into this game. But he just showed up like 3 days ago, so how's he going to have a great game this week? It would be shocking. Monroe or Dulcich? Dulcich. Joker or Dulcich? Dulcich. I say gun to the head because last week I asked you 3 times about Juju or Palmer. You said Juju, but gun to the head, you said Palmer the third time. Palmer 13, Juju had 6. Yeah, Juju didn't get as many targets as I thought he would. He's a little bit worrisome this week still. Jacobs first run over 20 yards. I hope so. I hope Jacobs blows the back out of Raiders. John Walford appears likely to start. John Walford is looking like he's going to start. That seems boring. Very boring that John Walford is starting. Why the fuck aren't they starting Baker? I'd play a matchup on that one. That makes sense. What do you think Cam Akers' stats will be tonight? I think he gets 12 carries. Gets like 40 yards, and if he scores a touchdown, you're going to be happy. If he doesn't score a touchdown, you're going to be pissed. That's my breakdown on Akers. That's so boring that fucking Baker isn't starting. Huntley or Tannehill? I'm going Huntley. Forgot to hit the like button. My bad, Tater. It is your bad, Jason. I'm only kidding. Just make sure you guys hit the like button. It really helps us. Ooh, you think he's gonna come? You think he's gonna get 18 carries for 70 yards? I think Akers is a good player. This is just such a bad situation. The offensive line sucks ass. I hope the best for Akers though, because again, I talked about this in the videos during the week. It would be hilarious if everyone cut Cam Akers. We all put him out of sight, out of mind. The guy comes out week 1, or not week 1, week 13 has a great game. Week 14 blows the water out of the Raiders, right? And then has a bunch of great games, and then he's a league winner. And the people who had him cut him, like if you had Akers, you held on to him, your team probably sucks. Very funny. Why do I want to hold on to Kadarius Toney? Why? Lol. But if I drop Myers, I don't know. No, so I'm dropping Toney instead of Myers. Like you could actually start Myers. There's no way you're starting Toney. You have to watch Toney play a couple of good games before you start him. You just gotta. This seems like the kind of game where you can watch while you're like reading a. I don't know. No one reads books nowadays. We can like do something else. Like you watch the game, fucking watch a nice Theo Von comedy sketch, work on your DraftKings lineup for Sunday. Just do whatever you want during the game. Not really pay attention. Um, well, the one thing I don't like about the Amazon games is they always have like another, like a second cast commentating the game, but it's never who the fuck you want to listen to. It's like, oh, do you want to watch Dude Perfect talk about football? No. Do you want to watch LeBron? No. I hate LeBron. I'm not watching LeBron. Um, like where's the good people? Where's my broadcast? I'd love to go on Amazon and broadcast the game. That'd be fun. People would watch. Theo Vaughn, and a couple of comedians are actually broadcasting the Barstool. They hold fights, rough and rowdy, on Friday. Theo Vaughn, a couple guys are going to be commentating that fight, which should be funny. Who do I start? One play, two wide receivers, two running backs, and a flex, one PPR. I have Derrick Henry and CMC at running back. That's correct. Should I put Saquon or Ahmad Ra at the flex? I'm playing Ahmad Ra at the flex. Your lineup looks great. Tony gets injured when the wind blows too hard. Yeah, dude. He gets injured tying his shoes. Theo Gate. Start Peoples Jones or Thielen. I'm starting Peoples Jones. And then Wilson Jr., Pacheco, Williams, Knight. I'm going Williams and Wilson Jr. Do you like New England defense against Arizona this week? No, I do not. I do not. What's up, Kevin? All right. How's everyone doing in chat today? We having a great day? Gotta make sure we do. The end of the season gets kind of sad. Anyone else feel this? It's like, dude, it feels like the season started 5 seconds ago, and now it's December. It's almost Christmas. It's almost the new year. It's crazy how fast this goes. So crazy. During the off season, for me, since this is my job, and then I start doing like NBA content and then like dynasty stuff, draft stuff, it feels so slow. It feels like the season goes so quickly. And then the second the Super Bowl ends, it feels like a drag. It feels like I'm waiting forever. And then March Madness hits. It's like, oh yeah, March Madness. And then it's slow again until the Stanley Cup, the NBA Finals, all that. It's so slow. The football season goes by so quick. Yeah, I've been getting sad the last few weeks. Well, I feel that, man. I feel that. Oh man, who's getting a championship for Christmas? That's a good question. I think the fantasy championship is actually the week after Christmas, I believe. Because week 15 is next week. Then it's Christmas week 16. Then week 17 is actually New Year's. On New Year's, you will get your fantasy championship. Uh, Dolphins hopefully getting a W on Christmas against Aaron Rodgers. I'm down horrendous at running back. It's all right, Eli. I believe in you. In the words of the Kool-Aid man. Oh, yeah. I'm sad as fuck, Nick. The season went by so fast. It did. It did. It's crazy. Feels like we just started talking football. Week one, it's like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to see Russell Wilson light it up in Denver. Now we're in week 14 and Russell Wilson looks like Stevie Wonder playing football. How long do you think before you see the real Deshaun Watson? I played him last week. Jason, I played him last week. I'm playing him this week again because it's a super flex league and I have no other choice. I'm hoping it's this week. I think last week, now again, what do I know? I'm not Deshaun Watson, but I think there was a lot of emotions going into that game. I think there was a lot of talk in his head thinking, oh, I'm going back to Houston and I haven't played in 2 years and now he's throwing the ball to the ground. It's hard. It was hard to watch. It was hard to see. It was pretty fucking funny, to be honest with you, like how bad he was. Like I played him in DFS. I had him in my fantasy lineup. Like I had money invested in the guy. I had the Browns -7 and he sucked, but it is what it is. I'm still fine betting or playing Deshaun Watson. But again, can I be super high on Deshaun Watson and tell you, Jason, like, oh, I really believe in Deshaun Watson this week? No, that would be an insane thing to say after what we saw last week that I truly believe in Deshaun Watson. But yeah, I would still roll him out. Who's the Seattle running back? I think DJ Dallas, but I think it's going to be a 50-50 split if Homer plays between him and Homer. And neither of them are really going to be fantasy relevant. I won't be playing any of them in DFS. Anything. I'm not touching them. I took a beating from Russell Wilson, Trey Lance, Latavius Murray, Waller, and Kamara this year. I had guys go off on the bench while Kamara sucked every week. 5 out of my 11 teams already eliminated. Man, Spock, this has been a tough year for fantasy. I took my fucking best ball lineups absolutely suck. I went so heavy. I didn't even like Russell Wilson that much, and the value of Russell Wilson in these best ball drafts was unreal. Unreal. You could get Russell Wilson, Cortland Sutton, and Greg Dulcich or whoever. It was like so easy to stack them all together. It's like, yes. And then they play the Chiefs week 17. So it's like, holy shit, look at this. This is a great matchup. Week 17, toe for toe to toe, not toe for toe. It's gonna be so fun. And then Russell Wilson sucks. It's like, damn, I really messed up. And then I have a lot of Tua on DraftKings, which is good. My DraftKings teams are doing drop my phone. Doing really good. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Um, I think next year I'm gonna play a lot more on DraftKings. Just invest more on DraftKings best ball because it's just so much easier. Like you're drafting against a bunch of fucking goobers. My teams are all really good. I have a couple teams that are disasters, of course, because I drafted like the Broncos stack or the Raiders stack and things that didn't work out. But I still have some solid teams on there. Worst I've done in years. I think last year might have been my worst year for fantasy. Then again, like it's funny because my teams might suck, but I give out advice and the advice is pretty decent and people keep winning off my advice. So I'm saying I'd say I give pretty good advice, but my teams just sucked last year. It was a disaster. PPR, Boyd, Gallup, or McKinsey. Let's go with let's go Gallup. Let's go Gallup. Gorilla Kid, thank you for the super chat. Get up there, my boy. Nuts and the wheelbarrow, baby. Nuts in the wheelbarrow. Love that. Love that. That meme is so funny. I tweeted out. I can't tweet out again. This picture of Tua, just with his nuts in a wheelbarrow. It's the funniest fucking picture I've ever seen. So funny. Thank you for the super chat, Gorilla Kid. My DK best balls are rough. Mine are good. My a couple of my teams. I have some good teams on drafters. Some good ones on DraftKings. My underdog ones are like barely making it. I'm excited for playoff best ball. If that's going to be fun, we might make some playoff best ball content. I think that would be a good idea. Let me message someone about that right now. The playoff best ball is so fun. Last year I had what was it? I had the whole Rams versus Bengals stack. I just didn't have Cooper Cup and I lost. It was looking like a scenario where I could win like 20 grand and I ended up losing, but it was fun. Playoff best ball is where it's at. I love that shit. Donta Foreman or Jamal Williams, Tua or Herbert, Tua, Gasicki or Fant. What's up, Nick? What's up, Raz? How you doing, my man? Hi, Nick. Fins up. ETN, Jeff Wilson or Kirk. I'm gonna go Kirk and ETN. I'm in a fancy soccer league at work, and somehow your team is in first. That's pretty funny. Um, Panthers or Bucks defense this week? I'm going. I think I might go the Panthers, to be honest. That's tough. I think I'd go the Bucks, I guess. Nick, is there anyone from this year that you would not consider drafting in the first round of next year's fantasy that you would now consider drafting in the first round of fantasy drafts? Yeah, let's try to think about that. Try to think real quick. Let's project the first round of fantasy football next year. We're gonna do it really quickly, and then I'll get to the rest of the question. I'll answer the questions actually while I think about it. Kirk or Waddle? Waddle. Nick, what do you think about Knight versus White? I'd go White personally. Hit that like button, fools. That's a fact. Hit that like button. All right. So next year, I'm going to assume the first round is going to go like this. Now, not in exact order. I think these are going to be the first 12 players taken in some order. I don't think it's going to be the exact correct order. Now, Josh Jacobs is in an interesting spot because he won't be with the Raiders. Depending on where he lands, he could easily be a first round pick. But again, it depends where he lands. So I think Adams is definitely getting picked in the first round, as is Diggs, as is Jefferson. I think there's going to be 3 to 4 receivers taken in the first round. I think people are going to hop heavily into the receivers this year. So I think those receivers are going to be taken in the first round. And then you got the running backs. The running backs that will go in the first round are going to be, I would think, Eckler, McCaffrey, Henry again, and Barkley. And I think that's 8 players I've named. So we're going to say Eckler, that's 1. McCaffrey is 2. Henry is 3. Chubb would be 4. I think they all go in the first round. And then Jacobs, depending on the team, so we'll go 5. Kelsey's going in the first round for sure, so that's 6. And then there's got to be some more running backs. I would think Barkley, so that would be 7. And I think people still take Dalvin Cook in the first round, so that'd be 8. And then I think the rest would be receivers. So I think people are going to take Adams, Diggs, Hill, and Jefferson all in the first round. I think, and then Breece Hall might be a first round pick. You're actually right. Breece Hall could easily be a first round pick. DK and Burks are questionable, and Christian Watson's on a bye. I got Hollywood, but hopefully I won't have to use them, both Chark and Corey Davis, because I don't trust them. That makes sense. Should be good. Already talking about next year's first round. It's a good question. It's a good question. Yeah, Cup's got to be in the first round as well. You're right. But the problem is, how many receivers are going to get taken in the first round? It really just depends what the ADP will be, because I think a lot of people are sick and tired of getting their doors busted in by these running backs. I really do. I think a lot of people are going to be quick to pivot to the double wide receiver strategy. I think zero running back is going to be very popular in real fantasy, but we'll see. We'll see. Problem is, once I'm up to bat at like the end of the first round, I still find it hard to draft only one running back, because it's like, oh, look at the value, and then it never ends up working. The value is always there. Should I start both Fournette and White? I mean, if you have to, yeah. I know people are going to be scared of Hall because of the injury, but I think he bounces back. I agree. Swift or Pierce? I'd go Swift. Swift could easily be a first-round pick. Yeah, Cup also has quarterback uncertainty. That's true, but dude, like, fucking, I could go out there and throw the ball to Cooper Kupp and he'd be successful. Let's be honest. And then you also have to wonder, like, is someone in your league going to take Mahomes in the first round? Because that's definitely possible as well. Kelsey's definitely got to be a first-round pick. Like, based upon what happened this year at the tight end position. All right, in full PPR right now, there is almost a gap of 100 points between the tight end 1 and the tight end 2. Kelsey has 246 points. Mark Andrews 154. 154. 154. Almost a 100-point leap. People are going to take Kelsey in the first round again. If I can't get Jefferson, I'm either going Adams or Chase again. That makes sense. Chase could also be a first round. I wonder if Williams will be gone. Pickens or Juju? I'd go Pickens. It's gonna be tough sledded next year, man. Fantasy changes so quickly. Feels like it at least. Oh man. Then there's always my mind changes so much from the end of the season until like August though. I remember when the season ended, I had McCaffrey on a couple teams. I was done with McCaffrey. I was like, dude, I'm not touching McCaffrey with a 10-foot pole. And then as it got closer to August, I was like, dude, you're a fucking idiot if you're not going to take McCaffrey in the first round. And then I talked myself back into him, and I was happy. I made the right decision. Jalen Hurts could go early too. You're definitely right on that. Jalen Hurts is nasty. Team is quarterback. Josh Allen. Running backs. Chubb, Walker, Singletary, Pacheco. Who do I drop and pick up? Yeah, so just drop Tony and pick up the guy you wanted. Do it again, baby. Do it again. Quarterbacks will move up the board. I think 2 or 3 quarterbacks go in the first 4 or 5 rounds, 4 rounds. I think people are going to get much more, and like, especially if the quarterbacks finish the way they're finishing this year, people are going to hop on quarterbacks early. I don't do it, but people are going to. Justin Fields might be a fucking 3rd round pick. I may use your strategy again and go receivers first, Nick. That strategy worked. Yeah, I was a big receivers first guy this year. One person that can't go early is Mike Williams. Let's be honest with you. We have no idea who the quarterback's going to be next year for the Bucs. I still stand by the fact that my Mike Evans pick, me loving Mike Evans, made a lot of sense. I know it didn't work. But he's seeing a bunch of targets. He's just not scoring touchdowns. He's not scoring touchdowns. And this was a point that I made about Evans for years, if you've been watching for a while. I've always talked about, oh, Evans going to regress. He's always scoring 10-plus touchdowns. He's going to regress. He's going to regress. He's going to regress. This motherfucker, since being in the league in 2014, 12 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns, 12, 5, 8, 8, 13, 14. He has 3 this year. Every fucking year, he scores like around 10 touchdowns. And I talk him up. I'm like, yes, this is the year. He's going to do it again. Brady's this, Brady's that. And he sucks ass. I feel like an idiot. T-Law or Huntley? I'd go T-Law. Don't think I'm going to target Lamar Jackson next year again. Don't think poorly on Lamar Jackson. I think he's going to play great next year. He was really good to start the year. Sticking with RB, it's never failed me. It's failed me. It's failed me, but it's not a bad strategy. That's why fantasy is so interesting because you can win doing literally anything. You can draft a quarterback in the first round, still win. I stashed Kadarius Toney and keep him or drop him for Rondell Moore. I would just keep him over Rondell Moore, to be honest with you. That's what makes fantasy so fun. Let's go. Oh no. Anyone that's a UFC guy, Dana White tells ESPN that Conor McGregor's next opponent is most likely Michael Chandler. That is awful because those are my two favorite fighters. I don't want them to fight each other. Um, but I've been riding with Conor for years. So even though Michael Chandler is my second favorite fighter, my boy Conor's gonna whoop his ass. Hopefully, I love McGregor. I'll ride or die for McGregor forever. His best knockout though was on that old man in the bar a couple years ago. He hasn't done shit. I stashed. Lamar just needs receivers. That's a fact. He needs a receiver. I wish his team had the cojones to trade for AJ Brown. Zay Jones or Donovan Peoples Jones or Zonovan in the flex. I'd go Zay Jones. McGregor's gonna get slapped. I think he could easily get slapped by fucking by Michael Chandler. Michael Chandler's amazing. Michael Chandler's fucking awesome. I love that guy. He's very humble, very respectful guy. I've listened to him on a bunch of podcasts. Very nice. I've rooted for him ever since his first UFC fight. He's a very talented fighter, one of the best fighters in the UFC. Very interesting. He's always fun. And yeah, fantasy. There's a lot of luck in fantasy as well. But having skill in fantasy football, um, lifts you up, right? But you can still get lucky, right? There's always going to be that guy in your league that has or girl that has no idea what the fuck any of these players are and they win. It's gonna happen. Waddle return full participant. I think he smashes this week. Would be an epic fight. I agree. I think it's gonna be a good fight. I know you don't like McGregor Spock. Let's start Baker, everyone. Baker's not even the starter in this game. My favorites are Michael Venom Page and Israel. I like Adesanya. Adesanya is a little bit boring. A little bit boring. I'll give it to him. He's a great fighter. He's a little boring though. And I was happy. I was happy to see him lose. To be completely honest with you, I do like him, but I was happy to see him lose. Thought it was awesome to see that guy fucking KO his ass. But I think if they fight again, likely Adesanya would win. I also picked up Corey Davis. That makes sense. Mike Williams, Pacheco, or Ayuk. I'd go Pacheco. So entertaining. Goes out swinging every fight. Yes, he is one of the most entertaining fighters I've ever seen. You watch boxing at all? Yes. I do watch boxing. My guy Tyson Fury, my favorite boxer. I assume he's a lot of people's favorite boxer. Fought either last week or the week before that. That was one of those where it's like this guy's gonna win. I don't even have to watch it. He was like minus 2,000. I do not have to watch that. I'll let him win. Is what it is. Like if he fights someone great again, I'm gonna be pumped for that. I love Tyson Fury. He's so funny. Um, I don't like a lot of boxers though. Really, just him. I do not like Garcia though. I hope he loses. Michael Chandler's a pit bull and a gunslinger. If he was just a little bit longer, he talks about this a lot. Chandler talks about this on these podcasts I listen to about how he feels like if he was a little bit more strategic, he would win more. But he kind of just goes in there for the kill and he likes to have fun. And he's like, if he says if he thinks more, his more strategy in there, he'd win more. I agree with it, but it wouldn't be as fun to watch. Big up Leon though. My boy Nick, what's good? What's good, Peter? How you doing, man? DPJ or Zay Jones? I'd probably go Zay Jones. Leon, Rocky, Edwards, what a story. Can't wait for the rematch. Usman will win it, though, and it makes me sad. I like Usman. I like Usman a ton. Chandler by KO. McGregor seems washed. Fight's going to be fucking insane, though. McGregor versus Chandler. Going to be a fucking fight. Going to be crazy. The first round's going to be crazy. These two are going to be smacking the shit out of each other in the first round. Would you worry about Palmer this week since Mike Williams coming back to play? Mike Williams, I don't think Mike Williams is going to play based upon what I read. I wonder if he'll fight Deontay again. I hope so. I've won a lot of money on Fury versus Deontay. Looks like Usyk fight is next for Fury. That'll be a good one too. That'll be a fun one. I'll watch that one. I grew up watching Ali, Sugar Ray Leonard, Herons. Today's boxing is not the same. I prefer MMA now. I get that. I like MMA better than boxing too. I'm not a big boxing guy, but anytime you can watch two people beat the fuck out of each other, I think it's pretty fun. Now, I am someone who's always talked about this. I wish there was some form of gladiator games that you could watch. Now, this might be like a crazy person take, like, "Oh, Nick, I don't want to see someone die or something." But imagine like back in the day when they fight in like an arena, and it's just like a big coliseum, and like someone dies and you watch it. But it like can't be like regular people. Like we need like the worst of criminals that like when they die, you can be happy that they died, right? Because if it's like your friend, you wouldn't want to watch that, right? Your thoughts on playing Cam tonight? I think he's gonna be okay tonight. Almost game time later. See you, Brian. Did you see George Pickens going off on the sideline? Yeah, I did see that. It was pretty funny. Um, Juju or Connor? Connor. I was on a flight with John Jones a few weeks ago. Told me he's trying to fight Ngannou, but dude's only fights over the last 3 years are against his girlfriend. Yeah, that's true. Didn't he run someone over too? Or was that someone else? MMA is insane. The amount of crazy fights we've had this year and surprising knockouts, unpredictable. Yeah, I loved MMA. My favorite sports are football is obviously number one. I think MMA would be number two. And then hockey is number three. Love hockey. The Devils are incredible this year too, so that's even better. But yeah, MMA is like my second favorite thing. My boy Patty the fucking baddie fights on Saturday. Patty the baddie. Let me hear you say the Raiders on stream. The Las Vegas Raiders. Travis Etienne or Josh Palmer? Etienne for me. I'm excited for Patty tonight or on Saturday night. Should be fun. Patty the baddie. I go to every MMA event. Free tickets. That's awesome. My uncle was actually at the Florida Fight Night last week. There was some really good fights on there. Jamar Chase looked good on Sunday. Didn't really seem rusty. I agree with you. He did not seem rusty. I have a huge rib tattoo of early Mike Tyson when he was the best and most feared GOAT. Mike Tyson's awesome. Play Higby, Njoku, questionable. I'd play, yeah, I'd play Higby. The Raiders. Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson's a funny motherfucker too. Oh man. Let's see here. Tyson days were awesome. I've watched Tyson's fights before. I've watched Mike Tyson. I've watched a decent amount of old boxing clips. You ever seen the one where I'm trying to think of his name, Akers or Lenny? I'd go Lenny. Going to hit that Waddle neck, of course, of course. I'm banned from Twitter, so I won't be able to tweet it out, but I'll tweet it out on Monday when I get unbanned. Um, fuck, I'm trying to think of what this fight name was. Damn. Why are you banned on Twitter? Oh, because it's something I said. It wasn't something fucked up. It's just Twitter's soft. I'm trying to think of the guy's name. This is an Italian guy, I think. And he killed the guy while they were boxing. That was one of the craziest things I've ever seen. It's old though. I don't know. I don't know how old it was, what year it was, what the guy's name was. That's the sad part about boxing is that people will die. But there's actually a lot of deaths in boxing. If you look up a list, there's a shit ton of people. Musk looking through the football community. Yeah, he's thorough through there. I was with Tyson at the 420 festival in Chicago right before he beat up the guy on the plane. Oh, yep, Marciano. I've seen that one. That fight is fucking crazy. I still go back every year and watch Buster Douglas knock out Tyson. I hated Lennox Lewis. He ducks everyone until he got old. Holyfield was legit light heavyweight. I've seen Holyfield. Holyfield's crazy. The old Ali fights are crazy too. If you ever watch those shits, obviously they're kind of hard to watch because it's a little messed up, but very fun to watch. Holyfield headbutted Tyson over and over in the first fight. The ref said they wouldn't allow it in the second fight. They lied. Tyson didn't bite his ear off until he was headbutted multiple times, and the ref did nothing. That was crazy. I've seen that fight too. I've seen a lot of boxing fights, like the old ones, because you can find them on YouTube. Start standard Corey Davis, McKenzie, or Robinson. I'd go Corey Davis. Boom, boom, Mancini. Um, yeah, that shit was crazy. Trying to think of the best fights I've seen in a while. All the Tyson Fury ones are always really good. The best MMA fight I think I've ever seen was McGregor versus Diaz. Both of those were amazing. You think so? Pacquiao fights are my favorite. Marquez versus Pacquiao. I'm trying to think if I've seen those. Pacquiao's last fight was sad as fuck. I don't know if anyone watched that. Pacquiao. I don't remember who he fought. Let me look it up. Pacquiao's. I don't remember who he fought. It fucking sucked though. I remember watching it. Manny Pacquiao. Last fight was awful. It's sad. I watched it Dave and Buster's. I'll answer your question in a second. Pacheco or Connor? I'd go Connor. Any fights are better than Mayweather fights. It was Pacquiao versus Ugas? Is that his name? Yeah, Ugas. That sucked. Or Thurman? I don't remember who he fought last. It was so bad. Chandler versus Gaethje was insane. I bet on Chandler every time. Chandler is like my second favorite fighter, like I said. Chandler versus fuck, what's the Brazilian guy's name? Oh my god, the guy that's the champ, but got his championship stripped from him. Oh no, what's his name? Charles Oliveira. Oh, Oliveira Chandler, that was a great one too. That was a great one. Chandler Oliveira is one of my favorite fights I've ever seen. Yeah. Mayweather slapping McGregor around like a little bitch was hey Spock. I like McGregor. No need to be mean to him. Oliveira, yeah, it was Oliveira. Uh Sylvia. I actually thought that for some reason in my head, I thought when McGregor was fighting Mayweather that somehow McGregor could win. I don't know why I thought that. Like there was no way he was gonna win. No way. Maybe if they fight again, like I feel like Mayweather is so old at this point. That was 5 years ago because that was going into my freshman year of college. So I was 18 or 19. Yeah, I really think that I think McGregor could beat him, but like Mayweather would have to be so old. Like how old is Mayweather at this point? Maybe he's not old enough yet. Mayweather age. He's 45. If they fought again when Mayweather's 50, I think McGregor could win. Yeah, I remember that. That was crazy. Now imagine Mayweather would die in the octagon with McGregor. Literally die. Like he would stand no chance. You ever seen Mayweather in the WWE? That's a funny ass video if you've never seen it. Very funny video. Watched that one a few times. How old is McGregor now? Up the games. McGregor's 34. Yeah, McGregor's old as hell. But I feel like at this point, like when you're like a UFC fighter, like 34, like he's still kind of in his prime. The problem is he's not that good anymore, which sucks. Hopefully that titanium plate he's got in his leg, titanium shin bone, is gonna work. I want to see Tyson fight the YouTuber. Oh, Tyson fight fucking Jake Paul. I fucking hate Jake Paul. I like KSI though, but I've been watching KSI since I was like 11 years old. Jake Paul's brother is in the UFC. Logan Paul. I like Logan Paul. Too rich. Yeah, I see the thing is people say McGregor's too rich. I kind of agree with you. But dude, he trains so often. At least he shows off that he trains often. Maybe he actually does it. Maybe it's Fugazi. But based upon what I've seen, it seems like he's training every day. I don't know. I don't know. You guys know Dylan Dennis? KSI is fighting Dylan Dennis. I hate Dylan Dennis too. But the game is about to start, or it probably started already. I appreciate everyone joining the stream. You guys mean the world to me. I love streaming. We'll be live again Sunday before the games. Got a couple more videos dropping on Notorious Fantasy. We got a video Friday and Saturday on Stochastic Fantasy Football. I have a video What's today's date? Tomorrow on Friday. So make sure you guys check that out. I have the Jets kicker. He had 18 last week. You like Casey's kicker or Cincy's kicker this week? I like Cincy's kicker. Appreciate the stream. Great content. Thank you very much. I appreciate all you guys stopping by. I know my camera quality is a little fucked up right now because I'm going to turn the game on. If the Dolphins make it far enough in the playoffs, I've thought about maybe doing a live stream watch along. I don't know how many people will actually watch, but maybe watch with me as I watch the game. Now, obviously, if the Dolphins lose, the stream would end up being very bad because I'm probably gonna get very angry. But if they won, I'd imagine the stream would be something we'd remember forever. You know what I'm saying? Good luck with any players tonight. Good luck, everyone. 100%. The Dolphins have to make it far in the playoffs in order for me to do this. Like, I'm not live streaming like wild card weekend because I'd probably be shit. Actually, I'd be shitting bricks regardless of what the game was, especially if it was the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl live stream would go crazy. I'm turning the game on right now. That'd be dope. The Dolphins live stream. I agree. You know what sucks? We actually at Stochastic had a sponsorship with this website where you could actually watch the game along with us. Like it would go on your screen and then we'd just be at the bottom and it was so fun. But they actually lost the rights to Thursday Night Football, which is what we were doing. So now that's gone. I wonder if I could do it during the playoffs. Now, that would be fun as fuck. I could just commentate the game. But then again, I'm not like a commentator. I don't know. I'm not going to be able to be like, first down and like, not, you get what I mean. Like, three wide receivers on the right or whatever. I'm not going to say that shit, but I would commentate the game. That was an amazing catch by Devontae Adams, by the way, Spock. You are right. Penalty declined. But I will see you guys later. I love all you guys. I really appreciate it. Hope you guys have a great night. Steelers Nation, always thank you for Minka Nick. I hate Minka Fitzpatrick. Is Devontae human? No, he's not. He's not. Love you guys all. Have a great rest of your guys' night. We'll be back tomorrow morning with some videos. As always, good boy.